صدريقا كتمد سلام سلام معانو غصرها هايسو صدريقا كتمد سلوك لها هاي بهاندما هانتيني دي سيدنا سلام عليكم عقاشي أهوي هو عيدا كهلها عالمكي يو عيدي هو ينفع عشنا يو إياغا إسعو إياغا كلا عراريسو هو مالي هو إسعوري هايل كان بي وليه عيم وهجرتا عرادا دهان كوكا عاها عيدا كوهو فيلا عيسادي الله هاينا ربي هيجيها سوعي سوعي يوهو دولة باها لهاين عالم ضرورتا وإيغو هوندا وناها لهاين وعيدا دافع عدلكو هودي رباها لهاين ديارة دولة دوني دولة باها لهاين مراكب دهقنا هوكنا بهالهاي دكذا دشيس كهذا لقى هداني بهالهاي بعد الدوال وعيا وبه دات بهالهاي دريال إثبتا هل يدها وين بهالهاي دوسي الدين تهنا الله دون تبهالهاي ديادا إيادا قركا أودا هاي دافعها هالهاي ودارا داده هرقوتا هالحسنا بهالهاي قبيل كاينا هنكدوهلنا منوه دنبا إنا عندنا هنا لومي هنا منوه دنبا رجينو نواتتو هونو دقا هالكديغا ووينو دانا يا إله هودلها لكين قبكي لاغو فهاني جيرا هاي قيمه ملومين وقاردها دونيدا ماغاها عينقوس منوقن وقوم مياعيه لسوه ماليه إسقابو وقوم مياعيه لسوه ماليه إسقابو وقنت أن وددويه نقلوه تفورا وقادروها وادي قويه هذا وحقوقه
Mayor Brady, Dr. Faden, Professor Father, Sister Loon, and every one of you that participated in organizing this occasion and coming to take part of this occasion. I greet you with the Abrahamic greeting, peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great occasion indeed. I don't find it to be great because I was declared to be part of the history, as Dr. Faden stated, because he's standing behind this podium as a representative or new appointee to become the Somali envoy to the U.S. In that sense, I'm being part of history. But I find a bigger history than that. The fact that just witnessing what's taking place within this community, people of different backgrounds reaching across the fences, coming together in gatherings like this, that itself is a huge thing, and I hope it's happening in every part of this country and everywhere. Because no other time in history is this kind of a relationship is really more valued. See, we have grown and have been part of communities where we were compelled to avoid discussions of the key things, for example, religion, politics. And we were raised to think that if you were to discuss these two, you break up relationships. So we kind of grew apart, not really knowing each other. because really nothing separates people more than these two, aside from ignorance in general. But these two kind of create boundaries for people to, in a superficial way, they know one another. But in a deep way, more profound way, they don't know each other. So we come to gatherings, we smile at each other, we greet each other, we handshake, we part ways, and nothing is solved. We don't know anything about one another. I was lucky to join an interfaith association of Central Ohio about a few years back. They invited me to be part of that. In the first meeting, I just stated similar to what I just said. I said, if you invited me so I can be part of let's all get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya, you will have to find somebody else. But if you really invited me to talk about issues of substance and really break our boundaries in that way and build bridges of understanding, then I'll be very happy to be part of this. And that's how we started. It's very difficult and tough to really talk about issues that matter. And it's much safe to not talk about anything. But until we start talking about these things, we're not going to get in there. This is true intra-Somali way. Of course, we need that dialogue among ourselves and among the communities that we live part of. And that's the only way that we can create bridges of understanding, a serious, real, profound bridges of understanding that makes difference in our lives. And I hope this opportunity kind of opens the door for those kind of possibilities. And that we carry these conversations in our own circles, whether it is among our families and among other people that we come in contact, and make this city that model that really everyone wants to emulate. I was just exploring earlier as I was toured in this building, this very building, the whole concept, this whole unique concept that brought in together all of these critical leadership in one building to really serve a community. That itself is a model that can be emulated elsewhere. And it really breaks this whole competition, inner competition that happens within leadership, that really holds entire communities hostage. So I was appointed for this position to rebuild a relationship that kind of grew apart, two countries that grew apart, two countries that don't have any animosities towards one another, but they grew apart. After 1993, actually after the breakup of the whole government in 91, the embassy shut down in the United States. And the embassy, the U.S. embassy in Mogadishu got destroyed, and the staff and the ambassador were evacuated, all of them. And since then, nothing really happened at a formal level. So now the task is to reinvent and recultivate that relationship again, in better terms, in terms that helps both of these communities. In the past, they had relationships when they weren't really significant communities in the United States of America. There were very few small communities. Very seldom would you find families. They were individuals who either came and went on exile on their own, or they were here settled as students and just decided not to go back and enjoy this good economic opportunities. But since then, communities have formed. And Minneapolis and Manketo being examples of that. There are a lot of small diasporas that are forming in various parts of the country. And kids that are born in that process, who now see an opportunity to serve both of their countries and really build true, profound buildings of understanding, bridges of understanding. So we have to cultivate that as leaders, as members of the community and so forth, and kind of encourage these kids to understand that we have a great opportunity to change the course of history and really help rebuild a country that practically dissolved, a state that really got destroyed in the process. To